Hello? No. Oh, wait, Adam's calling. Hold on. I'm going to see. Okay, hold on. Hello? Hey. We're trying to get it to go live. We have everything set up. It's something in the IT room if the channel's not going off the TV. Like it still has. Yeah. Hold on, we are back in the IT room. But it just has, now it's stuck. It just has like one screen from the 591 channel that was already on. It's, you know what? Call Angelina. She's in the IT room. Okay. Fine. It's on. Yeah, I see the screen. Okay, bye. Okay. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Sorry, we were having some technical difficulties there. Thank you for joining us on channel 591. Again, sorry we're a little bit late. We're going to do morning exercise today. So remember to do some deep breaths, drink a glass of water afterwards, and stay tuned with me right after. We are going to do some celebrity spotlights of the 1950s. So I'm going to take my mask off because I am by myself. So let's sit back in our chair. We can pick up our right foot. We're going to do 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The opposite way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to point and we're going to flex our foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. You can switch feet. We're going to do 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to point and flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's pick up our right arm. We're going to do circles with our wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to point and flex using our wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's wiggle our fingers for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's switch arms. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're going to point and we're going to flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's wiggle our fingers for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's open and close our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And some piano fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, we're going to do both of our shoulders up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's roll our shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let's roll them forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're going to put our arms on our sides, and we're going to row the boat backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's roll it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, let's do some leg exercises. We're going to pick up both of our feet and we're going to do some scissor kicks. So that's just crisscrossing your ankles. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's open and close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do big circles with our legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to take our right leg, we're going to pick it up and down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Both legs at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's do some flutter kicks, just back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And we're going to do some leg stretches. Sorry, neck stretches. We're going to stretch our ear down to our shoulder. And let's hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go over to the other side. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to look down at the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And up at the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to look to our right-hand side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So you can rotate your neck either by going halfway from shoulder to shoulder, or you can go all the way around. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay, we're going to interlock our fingers and we're going to stretch forward. Feel a stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to put our arms behind us, prop up our chest a little bit, and hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's pick up our right leg. We're going to stretch and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's pick up our left foot. We're going to stretch and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, we're going to do some airplane stretches. We're going to put one hand down, one hand up, and we're going to stretch all the way to our side. We're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fly over to the other side. Hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fly back over to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once more to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Let's take a nice deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. Good. Feels good to breathe, doesn't it? Okay, we are going to stretch our hip area. You can put your hands on the sides of your chair, and you're just going to stretch all the way to one side. Feel a good stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once more over to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once more to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You can sit up. Okay, let's do a few arm exercises. We're going to put our arms on our sides, and we're going to do some butterfly wings. We're going to go up and back down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So you can take your hands and put them underneath your armpits, and we're going to do some butterfly wings and some chicken wings, I said. Up and down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Hopefully somebody was making chicken noises out there. Okay, we're going to pick our arms up, and we're going to sway from side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. You can put your hands on the sides of your chair, and we're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go over to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back over to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once more over to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's do one more big stretch up in the air. And to our sides. Take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. We're going to wrap our arms around ourselves, because getting a hug feels good, even if it's from yourself. The other way. Okay, everybody. Thank you. I hope you have a great day. Hope you feel a little more loosey-goosey than you did earlier. I'm going to keep this channel on right now. I'm just going to get up and get a book, and we're going to do some celebrity spotlights of the 1950s. So don't move, stay right here. Okay. Guess I can come a little bit closer for you guys. Okay. There we go.
No, I'm not. You're right.
Tom's shy. He doesn't want to come on camera. Okay. There he is. Hey, everybody say hi to Tom.
My dad's probably watching that. Whoa, we see him?
Do me a favor. Just see if you can hear me in this kids' room.
Oh.
I'm just making sure my volume is working in here. Yeah, okay. I got the okay from Tom. Wait a minute, my camera turned off, I think.
It's still on.
No, I hear the camera clicking.
Oh.
1 second.
Yeah, you're frozen.
No.
You're frozen.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. I just had to change the battery in my camera. We're having a few technical difficulties today, but that's okay. I'm here. Okay. So, we are doing celebrity spotlights of the 1950s. So I wanted to start off with Lucille Ball. So Lucille Ball was a film and television pioneer. She was one of the most popular comedians in American television history. She will always be remembered as the zany heroine in the 1950s CBS sitcom I Love Lucy. As Lucy Ricardo, the wife of bandleader Ricky Ricardo, she won the hearts of millions of television viewers. She pioneered many innovations in TV productions. Desilu Productions, the company she and Arnaz founded, filmed all of its episodes in Hollywood instead of New York. This caused the entire industry to eventually shift production to the West Coast. Theirs was also the first TV show to use 35mm film, 3 cameras instead of 1, and the first to be filmed in front of a live audience. Lucille Ball was born in Celo Run, a village near Jamestown, New York, on August 6, 1911. She became a model and later moved to Hollywood around 1931. Her film career began in 1933 and she played showgirls and had other small parts in comedies and musicals. By the 1940s, she had become a popular comic actress and co-starred with actors like Bob Hope and Red Skelton. In 1940, she met and married her Cuban bandleader, Desi Arnaz. Before she did I Love Lucy with husband Desi Arnaz, Lucy had appeared in over 70 movies. Did you guys know that? 70 movies before she even started I Love Lucy. She won 5 Emmys for Best Comedian for I Love Lucy and won over 200 awards. That's amazing. The final episode of I Love Lucy was broadcasted on April 1st, 1958. But the show is still seen worldwide in syndication. Ball continued working and appeared in 3 more sitcoms. When she purchased Arnaz's share of Desilu Productions, she became the first woman to head a major motion picture and television studio. Desi and Lucy was divorced in 1960, and in 1961, she married a man named Gary Morton. Lucille Ball died in 1989, and many television viewers mourned their favorite heroine. From what I heard, Lucy and Desi had a very rocky relationship. She liked to drink a lot, so did he, and he had that Cuban, temper. So just from what I've read about them, they would fight a lot, and I'm guessing that's why they were divorced in 1960. So that is all about Lucille Ball. I wanted to talk about James Dean. He was big in the 1950s. Unfortunately, he wasn't around for a lot, but the short time he did in Hollywood, everyone still remembers him. So he must have had an impact in his short years with Hollywood. So this is a little bit about his life. James Dean was an actor who portrayed intense and rebellious young men, like in East of Eden in 1955, Rebel Without a Cause, also in 1955, and Giant in 1956. So that's it. That's all the movies he was in. He died in a car crash in 1955 at the young age of 24. Since his death, generations of teenagers have made him an idol, a symbol of their own struggles in the world. James Dean was born in Indiana on February 8, 1931. His mother's death in 1939 affected him deeply. After his mother passed away, Dean was raised by an aunt and uncle in Iowa. In 1950, Dean enrolled in drama in UCLA in California. Acting became a release for all of his sadness. A small part in a Pepsi-Cola commercial led to television work, but he constantly was suffering from depression. He was an aggressive person and sometimes carried around a switchblade. Dean went to New York in 1952 and studied at the Actors Studio in New York City. He received a great deal of television work, regularly beating out such stars like Paul Newman and Steve McQueen for roles. He was also getting an ever-increasing amount of fan mail. James Dean starred in The Immoralist in 1954 and won a Tony Award as Most Promising Newcomer. This role didn't draw the attention of director Elia Kazan, who cast him in the movie East of Eden. The two didn't get along because Dean threw temper tantrums over directions and fell asleep many times because he was an insomniac. Even so, East of Eden made Dean a major star and one of the most important young men in Hollywood. After the success of East of Eden, Dean bought a Porsche Speedster and took up racing with a passion. In that same year, 1955, he also starred with Natalie Wood in the cult film Rebel Without a Cause. I'm sure we've all seen that movie. His performance in the film made him the major teenage star in the world. In the film Giant, Dean starred with Elizabeth Taylor and Rock Hudson. That's quite the cast. His portrayal of Jet Rink, a young, down-and-out cowboy who became an oil baron, was praised by his colleagues and critics alike. Unfortunately, it was his last role. The filming of Giant was finished in September of 1955, and a few days later, on his way to compete in a car race, Dean was killed in a car crash. Giant was a huge financial success, and Dean received a posthumous Oscar nomination for his role. A year after his death, there were more fan letters addressed to Dean than to any other living star. Today, he still remains a huge cult figure. Wow. It's crazy how he was only in 3 movies in a matter of, I think, 3 years, and he's still so widely known, even though he was only in Hollywood for a couple of years. Okay, so the next celebrity of the 1950s we're going to talk about is Marilyn Monroe, my girl. My whole apartment is done with her. I'm a big fan of hers. So, Marilyn was a sensation. Her beauty and sensuality made her famous all over the world as a sex symbol. Despite her great success in the media and motion pictures, she did lead a tragic life. If you know anything about her, you know the awful things she went through. In 1962, at the age of 36, she died from an overdose of barbiturates. Or she was killed by the Kennedys. One or the other. Her real name was either Norma Jean Baker or Norma Jean Mortensen. She was born in Los Angeles. After a hectic early life in foster homes, she began modeling for photographers. This led to a contract with 20th Century Fox Studios and a series of walk-on parts. Fox asked her to change her first name to Marilyn, after dancer Marilyn Miller. And she used her mother's maiden name, Monroe, as her last name. They knew Norma Jean Baker or Norma Jean Mortensen wasn't going to be a big name in Hollywood. She had to, fancy up her name a little bit if she wanted to become famous. After a series of relationships with several powerful men in Hollywood, Marilyn received decent parts in The Asphalt Jungle and All About Eve. After this, her career kind of stalled. She decided to pose nude for a calendar, and that became a big sensation. If you know what calendar I'm talking about, she was the first to be in Playboy magazine. She was on the first cover. I believe it was 1950. She was, the first cover of Playboy magazine. So that kind of made her career really start to take off. She starred in movies like Niagara and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. That was in 1953. In 1954, she married a baseball star. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? That is Joe DiMaggio. But their marriage was doomed from the start. Joe DiMaggio preferred staying home all night, and Marilyn, she preferred going out to parties and partying all night. He was also very assertive, and that made Marilyn unstable. She began drinking heavily and also began analysis. The marriage came to an end after 9 months. So their marriage really came to an end when she was filming The 7-Year Itch. If anybody remembers that scene where she's standing over the subway grate and her white dress kind of blows up in the air, he was on the set that day, and he told her he did not want her dress blowing up for everybody to see. And she kind of said, listen, this is my career. I have to do this for the movie. And that was kind of the end of the end. He couldn't take it anymore. Marilyn next became attracted to playwright Arthur Miller. They were married in the year 1956. But her problems were not over. 2 miscarriages increased her distress. Miller was not very tolerant of her problems, and that's when she started using drugs. Marilyn's acting ability was oftentimes criticized. It was really after she passed away that she got the credit that she deserved. You know, she was always known as a dumb blonde, and she really hated that. She wanted to be known as a great actress, not just a sex symbol or a ditzy blonde. And that's kind of how she was portrayed her whole life. She did make 2 memorable films during the mid-1950s. She was excellent in Hollywood's comedy Some Like It Hot with Tony Curtis. She also teamed with Clark Gable and Montgomery Clift in The Misfits. I believe that was her last movie. Her second marriage failed in 1961. Continued failure to lead a happy and fulfilled private life led to her constant instability. She was released from her last movie because she kept showing up late and never really played the part well. They told her, just go home, you're fired. She always felt unloved. And unfortunately, she overdosed in 1962. Her death is still shrouded in controversy. If you guys know, she did have a relationship with a few of the Kennedys. And they said she was always in and out of the White House. She knew too much. So I don't know if we'll ever know the truth, what happened that night, but people do say that she could have been killed. We'll never know. Hopefully she is, at peace now. Okay, I have one more celebrity spotlight for you, and that is Miss Elizabeth Taylor. A Place in the Sun in 1951, directed by George Stevens and co-starring Montgomery Clift, established her as an actress of merit, one of the world's most beautiful women, and a personality that would capture and sustain the interest of people all over the world. For more than 50 years, the career and personal life of Elizabeth Taylor has kept her in the limelight and made her a name of household word. Maybe it was her almost violet eyes and classic beauty that first infatuated people. Certainly, her acting ability in films like Giant in 1956, Raintree County in 1957, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof in 1958, and Suddenly Last Summer in 1959 gained her legions of film fans. In addition, her 8 marriages to 7 men, her headline-grabbing scandals, and her multiple illnesses made her real life as dramatic as any role she ever played. Her string of husbands, Nicky Hilton, Michael Wilding, Mike Todd, Eddie Fisher, Richard Burton, who she married twice, Senator Jack Warner, and Larry Fortensky, is almost as long as her screen credits. Each courtship, marriage, and divorce brought her headlines in newspapers, magazines, and tabloids. In the 1950s, there was the tragic death of Mike Todd in a plane crash, and the famous Elizabeth Taylor, Eddie Fisher, Debbie Reynolds love triangle. Again in the 1960s, her scandalous exploits with co-star Richard Burton during the filming of Cleopatra garnered headlines. At the time, Cleopatra was the most expensive movie to ever be made. I think it was $1 million it cost. Elizabeth had many serious illnesses. She almost died from pneumonia. There have been broken bones, constant back problems, hip operations, bouts with alcohol, and prescription drug abuse. Most recently, she had brain surgery. More than once, she was checked into a rehab center. Through it all, she continued to survive. Elizabeth herself has said, "I am a survivor." She was born Elizabeth Rosamond Taylor in London, England in the year 1932. At an early age, her family, including one brother Howard, moved to the United States. At an early age, she was in films like National Velvet, that was 1944, and Lassie Come Home in 1943. She captured the attention of movie audiences. She became a part of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer system of contracted stars. She's made approximately 50 movies and has been nominated for Best Actress 5 times. Twice, she won the Oscar. In 1960 for Butterfield 8, and in 1966 for Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. In recent years, she has promoted her perfume, White Diamonds. It's one of the world's leading fragrances, but perhaps she'll best be remembered for her charity work. She was the first celebrity to lend her name and efforts to finding a cure for AIDS. For the past 15 years, before she passed away, she had worked endlessly and tirelessly to raise millions of dollars for AIDS research. Countless are the awards her career had brought her. In 2000, she was even knighted by England's Queen Elizabeth II. But none of the fame, none of the adoration, and none of the awards had brought her the satisfaction that her charity work had. All right, my friends, and that is Celebrity Spotlights of the 1950s. Thank you all for joining me here on Channel 591. Please join back after lunch. We're going to have some music of the 50s, fashion of the 50s, trivia of the 50s, and our snack cart will be going upstairs. So, have a great lunch, everybody, and I will see you later here on Channel 591. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.